Good afternoon, everyone. Floods and volcanoes rage across the planet. Intense aurora. Does this have anything to do with the October 2024, just a few months from now, electromagnetic change that we haven't seen in 2,000 years? We'll take a look at it. You decide. And if you're not familiar what's happening, this squaring of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, this will be around the last part of October in just a couple of months. The thing about it is, it's not been seen since 79 AD with this particular squaring configuration in such preciseness to a square. Not an alignment, a squaring. So you have to wonder, will anything strange occur during this time? I'm sure the Egyptians had seen a few of these cycles come and go. Love this photo. 1899, looking at the pyramids there. And how many times has the Nile changed course since then, and tributaries as well? And we got the locust plagues. Where did they come from? You know, we've seen an enormous amount of bizarre insect and other animals navigating with magnetic field line incidents. This is what you get down south. It's staying in Australia, ground to sky lightning. That could be expected in a... But not to be outdone with the lightning. Oh, could I say I love you, or is it too early in the relationship? Strange skies across Europe. Speaking of Europe, let's stay with Etna. Yeah, it's becoming ferocious, but remember Vesuvius also erupted in that 79 AD event. So would you expect something from Italy as a point on the map that's specifically affected? I don't know, maybe that's a wild card. But whatever's happening, these volcanic events are definitely getting more intense. And this is happening across the planet. Once trickling, now are fountaining or coming into full explosive mode. This is an incredible amount of ash. Now it's not going to affect, it's not going that high up into the atmosphere. Probably around 35,000, 40,000 feet. This is off an aircraft taking a look directly at it, and we can see some more intense eruptions, and it's just been non-stop for weeks now. And you're getting the ash dropout, which they've routinely talked about on how cities and towns get buried. Now we have modern equipment where we can clean that off, but look at the magnificence of this fountain here. This is one of the tallest fountains ever observed, ever. Well, at least since the Roman era. Off of this volcano here, Etna, giving a display for us in the nighttime. That scale's really hard to even fathom on how large and how much magma is. Over to Poland, strange supercell sunset, as they would call it. If you're a fan of pink, this storm's for you. William Middlecook putting this one out. Incredible storms across Switzerland, of all places. Double rainbow in the mountains. Super rare. And since we're staying in Switzerland, how about Austria? Yeah, mudslide. Our modern infrastructure is not going to be able to cope, especially if this intensifies in any way, shape, or form from this point. Meanwhile, in Madrid, you know, it's always like this when you're going into the subway or the metro, whatever you like to call it, wherever you are. Modern infrastructure, once again, no match for nature. JP Morgan and Citigroup now forecast 2 supersized Fed cuts this year. The stock market crashed in 2000 and 2007 after the first rate cut. In 2007, gold went up over 200%, more than doubling. Silver tripling. Because gold is security in times of uncertainty. And Patriot Gold Group has an no fee for life IRA where your IRA or 401k could be in physical gold or silver. No fee for life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Give them a call, 888-546-7020. And now on with the video. And the last couple of X-flares to strike the planet. Looking at Latvia here. Getting into the deep purple. Anybody remember that rock band from back in the 70s? How about the orange? I rarely see orange aurora, but they're back again. Second time in 2 months. Wow, what was once an oddity is now a common. But that red, intense And if anybody saw the Perseid meteor shower as well, Stonehenge with the Perseids coming through, and also orange and red aurora with the Perseids coming through. What is it with these orange aurora just showing up everywhere around the planet suddenly? And not to be outdone, Revolution, Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. This one is a major eruption. Although it's further north, it's not an equatorial band eruption like the ones that we saw a year without a summer occurring in Indonesia, but this is well into the 75, 80 foot thousand range here. And nighttime displays of, what is that? Electromagnetic current discharging out of. We're going to learn a lot about how the crust of our planet changes electrically as our magnetic field declines. Sakurajima, Kyushu, Japan. Now I might say something about this is the one John Casey had warned me about. He's like, you got to keep your eye on Sakurajima. This is the really super volcano that he was his number one pick to have the most effect, and to look for this one because if it were to go off, this will cause us an enormous amount of problems in our present world where our cities and our grow zones are in the northern hemisphere. Now if you don't like Kyushu, let's jump up to Tokyo. Wow. One of the most high-tech cities on the planet can't cope again with the rains. Doesn't matter where you are, on the highways, in the neighborhoods. Our modern infrastructure is nothing in comparison to what nature can do. This is the whole thing. It's the reset because this is coming and there's really nothing we can do about this electromagnetic change. The magnetic field declines on our planet. The modern world can't hold together. Might as well salvage what you can and get it on the lifeboats. And speaking of that, you're going to have to pay to get on the lifeboat. Wildfire-prone California to consider new rules for property insurance pricing. Well, everybody's seeing their property insurance just ridiculously up and up and up. But this one, Fire-nado, so they're trying to really push the point that these also events are intensifying incredibly. Never talking about Hunga Tonga with the 14% more moisture in the atmosphere, the Earth's magnetic field changes. Nope. Other causes are responsible for everything. You and me. So you and me, we're going to need to pay more. Skyrocketing home insurance cost. Natural disasters, get used to it. At what point are people unable to pay for our lives? Here, homeowners insurance premiums 21% up last year. Will it go 21% this year and then 21% next year and it'll have doubled within 5 years? Or will it go run away far faster than that is really the question. Or it will be uninsurable. Now, I was thinking to myself, all right, I need to back up and take a look at some of these claims here. So I just went to my favorite search engine, Brave. And this is what I got. New York Times. Here's what's driving up home insurance rates. Rising insurance rates. And then it continues more with the New York Times. They seem to be the ones covering this the most as the bullhorn for this. Your prices are going up. Homeowners insurance in your state? Yeah, you can check and see which one it is. Homeowners insurance market is distorted. And you can see everything's becoming more expensive. Now the food's running away because we're not able to grow as much, and you're looking at just losses everywhere across the planet. A lot of things are now in the face, very visible to those who are even willing to look 1/5 of 1/8 of an inch in front of their face to find the causes for these. They all seem to stem from electromagnetic field changes, cloud cells, and jet streams going in the wrong places at the wrong time of the year with too much moisture called precipitation patterns, squeezing and wringing out on themselves rivers from the sky. This Hunga Tonga eruption that has put 14% more moisture into our atmosphere, it's going to take another 3 years to come out. And this is an indication of this was pretty much in earnest the first year where we'd see that residual dropping out of the atmosphere. The water is coming out now. We should reach an apex point somewhere around 2025, middle or month 7, 8, somewhere in there. So if you think the storms are intense now, nothing yet, because there's a lot more water that needs to come out of, well, the atmosphere as we knew it. Everywhere you go, homeowners insurance, storms are larger, everything's happening. Food, economy, civilization. Have you noticed that? It's all being reset and priced to the point where you can't afford it, so you have to give it up. What happens when you give it up? Oh, wait, you'll own nothing. I forgot. Wow, sounds like a plan. I've heard that somewhere before. I'd scratch my head, but I just can't remember where I heard it. Let me think. W what? Oh, yeah. Do appreciate you watching. Keep your eyes open. All these events are directly related to one root cause. You can't control that root cause. That's the problem. It's solar system wide. That's a problem too. Hope you can share this with friends, family. Let's get that conversation started because it's going to come up to communities to make it through the chaos. Bye for now.